On his show, Joe Rogan extended an invitation to Professor Peter Hotez to debate vaccines with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The offer entailed a sum of $100,000. After Joe Rogan proposed a charitable donation of $100,000 in exchange for a debate over Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s anti-vaccine assertions, a well-known vaccine scientist expressed his frustration with the suggestion. On Thursday, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was a guest on Joe Rogan's podcast. RFK Jr., a member of the Democratic Party and the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, echoed previously refuted allegations that standard vaccinations may be a contributing factor in the development of autism. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Professor Peter Hotez used his platform on Twitter to speak out against the spread of anti-vaccine misinformation. He recently took issue with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s claims and referred to them as nonsense and misinformation. At present, Hotez is a pediatrician and vaccine researcher at Baylor College of Medicine. Additionally, he played a key role in developing a COVID-19 vaccine that is presently authorized for use in India. After Hotez's statement, there was a deluge of vitriol on Twitter from individuals who hold the same beliefs as Rogan and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Hotez took to Twitter to express his dismay, stating, "This is truly terrible." He went on to share that he has been receiving numerous online attacks since the release of the Irrational podcast, indicating that unfortunately many individuals seem to be accepting these unfounded beliefs. After Joe Rogan proposed a $100,000 charitable donation for the opportunity to debate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Dr. Hotez responded with an open invitation. "Joe, my contact information is readily available to you. I am always willing to have a conversation," he stated. Upon further discussion, he emphasized the gravity of the situation by stating, "It is important to keep in mind the true nature of this issue. The spread of anti-vaccine misinformation has resulted in a significant loss of life for many Americans during the pandemic. Tragically, 200,000 Americans have perished as a result, with 40,000 of those being from my home state of Texas. It is not a personal vendetta against Joe, Elon, or RFK Jr. My only hope is to prevent any further devastation." Hotez's decision not to participate in a public debate has sparked even more criticism, with some influential figures expressing their disagreement. Meanwhile, others have attempted to incentivize the occurrence of the debate by offering additional funds. After Elon Musk entered the conversation, he made a statement regarding the matter at hand. According to him, the reason why the other party refuses to participate in a public debate is because they are afraid of being proven wrong. There are individuals who are willing to shell out a larger sum of money just to witness the conversation taking place. For many years, Professor Peter Hotez has been dedicated to the research and development of vaccines, having previously worked on creating a vaccine for SARS, as well as vaccines for the coronavirus. During the pandemic, he played a crucial role in vaccine research and promoting adherence to scientific guidance. His efforts were instrumental in advancing the fight against the virus. Hotez has made his opposition to individuals who share the viewpoints of Rogan and RFK Jr. clear and public. In 2022, he published a paper that posited that anti-vaccination beliefs in America may impede progress towards global disease prevention. During the month of January, he made an accusation against House Speaker Ken McCarthy. The accusation was that McCarthy's proposal to allocate unused resources from previous years would result in the next pandemic. Following the recent debate, Hotez's work has garnered an influx of support from the scientific community. In April of 2023, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. initiated his bid for presidency with the intention of competing against Joe Biden. The lawyer with a focus on environmental issues is recognized for holding opinions against vaccinations. In addition, he has contested the methods used to manage the COVID-19 pandemic. Prior to his appearance on the Rogan podcast, he engaged in a discussion on Twitter Spaces with the owner of Twitter, Elon Musk. During this discussion, he made some bold statements regarding the rollout of vaccines, stating that it may be more detrimental than the disease itself. Additionally, he accused Dr. Anthony Fauci of attempting to overthrow Western democracy through a coup d'etat. According to various clinical studies, getting vaccinated against COVID-19 significantly reduces the chances of contracting a severe form of the illness. Additionally, the FDA has approved the COVID vaccines for use, citing their safety and efficacy. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s potential campaign for the 2024 election vows to establish an administration that values transparency and integrity, asserting that corporations hold significant sway over Congress. Additionally, the candidate contends that the current state of censorship within both mainstream media and social media platforms poses a threat to the First Amendment's protection of free speech. With millions of listeners, the Joe Rogan Experience has secured the top spot as the #1 podcast on Spotify. Throughout his career, he has expressed a persistent doubt regarding the handling of COVID-19, including the efficacy of vaccines and the treatment proposals put forth by government officials. On his Twitter account, he shares posts and retweets that assert a correlation between the number of vaccines administered to children and the frequency of autism diagnoses. However, numerous scientific studies have consistently invalidated this claim. Rogan has been an advocate for the use of ivermectin, an antiparasitic medication that has yet to demonstrate effectiveness in the treatment of COVID-19. Repeatedly, the FDA has cautioned that ingesting this drug, particularly forms intended for livestock treatment, can be exceedingly hazardous to one's health. According to a report by Vice Spotify, the hosting platform for the Joe Rogan Experience has been accused of abandoning its efforts to regulate the content of the show. Despite the polarizing nature of Rogan's opinions, CNN revealed in 2022 that the platform actually experienced a surge in paid subscriptions. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.